Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie, and I'm just jumping on here quickly because I want to show you an email that I received from James Adeley, the coroner. I sent him an email last week just to see if he would, well, I'll read out to you. Oh gosh, I've just pressed the wrong button as usual. And cancelled it, so let's get back on it. Present, come on, don't mind me up, share screen. Try again. So yeah, let's look at the email. So I sent him an email because a Home Office pathologist has been assigned to this case, and it sort of slipped, through the grate, really, hasn't it? You know what it actually means for a Home Office pathologist to be assigned to an inquest. They're not always assigned. It's normally in mysterious circumstances, etc. So I take it as a good sign that this case is going to be investigated fully. But there was quite a lot of choice of who it might be. So I had written an email to Mr. Adeley last week, and this is what I said. This may be a question you're not able to answer, but as you know, there's much speculation about this case. I have a modest YouTube channel. Many people are asking me if it is true that Home Office forensic pathologist has been assigned, and if so, from which one, from the register, and when. I always try and give accurate information, so I wonder if it's possible to know this rather than people speculating, as there is still a long time to go before the inquest, and there is unprecedented attention in this sad case. Many people, including myself, have unfortunately had experience with coroners for sad family reasons. Therefore, a lot of the unhelpful speculation arises from it being so different from their personal experience, and also other sad cases this year, such as Morel Sturrock and Emma Pattison, where details were released quite quickly. If this can't be public knowledge, I understand, but if you could confirm this for me, just that in itself would be helpful. Many thanks, and thank you for your valuable time. And I sent that last week, and he has come back to me with a very short letter. He probably thinks, oh God, but at least he has replied. I've got quite a lot of faith in Mr. Adeley. I think he's probably a capable guy. That's just the impression I get. I mean, obviously, I don't know. So if you've watched that TV series that is in that Cause of Death, it's called Cause of Death. He's got so much experience, and I think he's going to do a very thorough job, let's say. Anyway, so what he said is, thank you, dear Miss Mariposa. For some reason, he thinks because my email is Mariposa, but that just means butterfly in Spanish. That was just like, I've had that email about 25 years, I think. Anyway, when I was first learning Spanish. Thank you for your email, but unfortunately, I am not releasing any information covering this case before the inquest. Kind regards, James Adeley. There you go. So I have replied to him, just said, good afternoon, Mr. Adeley. Even though you're not disclosing the information, thank you so much for replying anyway. Much appreciated. Many regards, Vicky. So, actually, I haven't sent that. I need to send that. I just prepared that. Yeah. So, basically, I just wanted to tell out it. It's not exactly news, but it's more or less the only news we're getting at the moment. So basically what Mr. Adeley is saying there is no information. Whether he's releasing information to the family as it goes along, I don't know, but until the inquest starts, they're obviously still collating their information, and he wouldn't even tell me the name of the I think we know who it is now, but we don't know. He's not confirmed it. If anybody knows, somebody did mention it on one of my comments on one of my videos, somebody did mention the name that I personally think it is, and other people have suggested it might be, but I just wanted to try and get, I mean, it doesn't matter in a way, it helps us to find out a little bit about these people that are dealing with this case, doesn't it, really? That sort of captured everyone's attention. And I really do think this is unprecedented. I've certainly never known anything like it, or, but how people actually feel. People feel almost, people who are not Nicola's family, like us, but we feel almost, it's like people, they want to be the one to get justice for Nicola. It's quite a personal feeling, isn't it, to feel for somebody that you don't even know. And not just a few people feel like that. Thousands of people, and all over the world. And so definitely is this sort of Nicola effect. It's something that's I think it's all the mystery, isn't it, surrounding it? The mystery, so it's a woman just going through a normal routine, dropping the kids off at school, taking her dog for a walk. Supposedly, she never took her dog for a walk, or if she did, it wasn't for long. It's like, it's the normality of it, if you like, the abnormality of it within the normality that I think has captured everyone so much. Because people do go missing all the time in all sorts of different circumstances. But I think just to go missing when you literally have just walked, gone to drop your kids off at school, gone to take your dog for a walk, that is not like the normal situation of people going missing, is it? Sometimes people go missing after a night out, or have an argument with their family or their partner, or they there's lots of different reasons, or they may have been taking drugs or alcohol or whatever, and they've gone off for that reason. But then I know now they're saying that she was a vulnerable missing person. But if you saw that video that I showed, that I put out earlier today, they didn't look as if they were treating her as a vulnerable person. There was no urgency, or it didn't seem to be any urgency. I mean, that was probably early in the day. I shouldn't say that. I'm sure as the day got on, maybe it got more and more urgent. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, with those of you who are with me, sort of following this through with me. And we've still got is it 5 weeks to go before the trial? So, not the trial, before the inquest. An inquest is not a trial. I'll get into trouble if I say that, because people, an inquest is not a trial. An inquest is not a trial, but it's just a way of trying to establish an unexplained death. So, yeah. Well, so what do you think? Do you have faith in Dr. Adeley, James Adeley? I personally do feel confident that he will look at the case thoroughly in that. I don't believe. I think his reputation, everything is so dependent on this. He's not even like the police commissioner that can move on and go back. The Andrew Snowden, he won't be the police commissioner forever. That's not his job forever. Whereas I think Dr. James Adeley, he is a coroner. That is his profession. He's very good. You can see that he's very good. And to me, I do have faith in, well, you have to, really, don't you? You have to. And we have to wait till the inquest. We don't want to. We'd love to have everything solved to our satisfaction before that. But it's clear from his email, he's not prepared to discuss anything. And I wasn't expecting him to, as you can tell from the email I sent to him. I didn't really think I would get any information from him, but just the fact that he replied to me, that's respectful in itself, isn't it? So, yeah, even a reply is better than a reply saying, no, I'm not giving you any information is better than saying that nothing, you know, or that there is no information. There's information, he's just not releasing it. So this leads me even more to believe that day when that inquest happens on the 26th of June, how are they going to control that? Because people will be at fever pitch by then, unless they were thinking that people would, as time went on, you know, forget about it. But people aren't forgetting about it. I know that. I can see that. People are desperate for information about this case, and you know, unfortunately, sometimes when you withhold information, that then you tell people not to speculate. But what can people do but speculate, really? You're not going to stop people even thinking about it. You know, it's like saying to someone, isn't it? Oh, yes, next Friday, something's going to happen, but I'm not telling you. You know, that's the sort of thing, actually. I'm thinking that's what I'm saying about, because in a couple of weeks, I've got some exciting news for you, but I'm not telling you yet, though my members know already. But that's a tease, isn't it? That's a deliberate tease. But when you're you know, it's like normally, if you don't want speculation, you have to give people some information. You've seen this recently with Philip Schofield, haven't we? He had to, in the end, come out and say the things he said, like about he's sorry he told a lie. He had to do that because people were thinking that anyway. They were speculating about it anyway. So he had to come out and say that to try and stop the speculation. So, and he stopped it up to a point, hasn't he? Stopped the speculation about whether he's lying or not. Now everybody knows he was lying. People are still speculating about the extent of everything, aren't they? And now Eamon, of course, has come out like guns blazing. Eamon Holmes. You know, I think this is going to end up being like a spat over the media, isn't it? Between Philip Schofield, Eamon Holmes, Dan Wootton, all the people that don't like Philip Schofield are going to come out against him. And I suppose some people, well, Holly won't come out for him. I don't know who's coming out for him. Well, Piers Morgan, great. Piers Morgan has come out in his defence. So, yes, but what the point I'm trying to make, and waffling on as usual, is when you tell people not to speculate but don't give them any information, they're going to speculate. You know, they just are. If it's something that they're interested in, that's human nature. It's human nature. I'm sure he knows that. So, but anyway, that's what he said. He's not releasing any information till the 26th of June. So we've just got to sort of go over the information we've got if we want to keep it fresh in our minds, which I certainly do, which is why I'm doing these back to basics interviews. 2 reasons. One, so that I remember, and we all remember, the ones of you who know about the case, why we felt suspicious, what our unease has always been in this case. Also, for new people, there are people who didn't know about this story that are just coming into this story now. I'm getting new subscribers all the time, and sometimes they're sending me messages and saying, what is this full story? So that's why I put the playlist now at the top of every video. So if people want to look back, you know, through the case, because some people, we think everybody knows about it, but everybody doesn't, especially in other countries, etc. So as people are becoming subscribers, they're asking me, like, they don't know about all the things that happened at the beginning. They might have heard by now about the Nicola Bulley case, but you know, we sort of followed it right from the beginning, didn't we? Well, from well, you tell me, but apart from just thinking, oh, there's a woman who's gone missing because it was on the news that a woman had gone missing, it was from that first interview. It was that first interview with Paul, where he stood on the banks of the river in his big woolly hat and, you know, gave a very unfortunate interview. And we can give him the benefit of doubt and think maybe it was, but then it was what he did. Maybe he was nervous. Maybe it was, obviously it was a horrible day for him if it's genuine. But it was then what he went on to do after that, wasn't it? You know, and try and redress that, and the voice note to Sky News, and all the Emma interviews, and then the police statement when Nicola was identified, sort of slamming the media, etc. So there's all those things, and we need to see all those things. I'm going to do these videos, these shorter videos of the interviews and the voice note that left Sky News, etc. And then I'm going to perhaps eventually just put it all together in one big video. And then, so that'll be something maybe to watch just before, if I can manage that before the inquest, might be something just to watch before the inquest to remind ourselves of, you know, what's happened and how we've got to the point that we've got, because there's still 5 weeks to go. So I'm sure in 5 weeks I'll be able to get that video together. We'll see. Okay, thanks for your time. Remember to always live and love very carefully. And as always, I'll see you very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Thank you so much.